The truth?
About the world we think we come from?
Yes. The world we all met one another in is one of many, and that one in particular is called Xenoverse. The two of you only happen to exist there because you were wished to.
Someone wished for us to exist?
Like someone wished for us in particular? Wow, that means we must be really specially selected, just like millions of other random individuals.
But how would you know that? Do you know who wished for us to exist?
Sadly, I do not. I only know what problem Xenoverse had, and that was an issue with timelines being meddled with. An issue like that is on an extraordinary scale, so the solution had to be too. Hey, May. When we met in the Time Patrol, do you remember anything before that?
I can recall Trunks introducing himself to me and telling me about the duties of a time patroller, but nothing else.
Yeah, that's the first thing I remember too. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
That he must have been the one to summon us, and millions of others apparently.
Yeah, but we've long since done our part in the Time Patrol. Nowadays, I doubt there's anything in existence that could possibly take on the average Time Patroller. So there shouldn't be any problems with Xenoverse's timelines anymore, right?
You forget the existence of Fu.
Oh, right. I think I know who Trunks is, since what you guys described sounds familiar. But who's Fu? He's just some demon nerd who keeps screwing with time all the time. Granted, when he messes with time, he usually adds things to the world, which is probably what keeps Xenoverse alive. Otherwise, I bet we wouldn't even exist there anymore.
I'm not so sure about whether or not there needs to be timeline trouble for us to continue existing there, but I do like it when his tampering causes new clothing items to appear. It isn't like I have anything better to do there outside of following your activities anyway, so if I'm to do nothing, I'd at least like to do nothing in style.
I honestly thought you guys would be a little more shocked about the truth. You're awfully casual about this. All you did was tell us the name of the world we spent the longest time in already. And while I'm interested in knowing more about there being worlds other than Xenoverse, I've got business in that world right now, so that's where I'm gonna stay. May did tell me that all you wanted to do was make videos. I guess that must be really important to you.
What I didn't say was that she only wants to do it to lure someone out. We had plans to decide our next move before you got in our way.
And the more time we spend here screwing around, the less progress we make. Step, I need you to bring us back to Xenoverse. Oh, okay. I can send you guys back, but when I do, can I come with you guys? If we tell her no, she'll probably just kidnap us again, or kidnap someone else.
She's too naive to be left to her own devices. Someone could easily manipulate her, like strange men who have money to offer.
Her literal second move in our fight was to blow herself up.
The pink marks on her cheeks are still suspect.
When she rested her chest on my head, it felt like a pair of blimps.
What?
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 Guys?
You're in. You know, the last time you took us to this portal, it was just a floating ring. I don't remember it having this blue space or any sparkles in it.
At the time, my energy wasn't fully replenished, so even the portal wasn't made the way it should have been. Yeah, we could tell. We didn't exactly teleport so much as we got dropped on the island, after all. Sorry about that.
Anyway, as we know so far, it wasn't the Red Ribbon Army that sent Step after us. It was someone unrelated entirely. Therefore, we should still be able to consider them a resource.
I haven't made contact with headquarters since the incident before. They've probably marked me as a rogue already. While I did hear about there being an incident before, I never actually found out what happened. So, what exactly did you do?
Well, it happened almost a year ago when Ella went on a mission assisting another time patroller. At the time, it was being broadcast to the world, so it was considered a more important task than usual. And during that mission, Ella wound up getting herself poisoned.
Did she not heal herself or anything? At the very least, I know most time patrollers have healing capsules. A lot like how we carry healing potions in my world.
That's true, but Ella was different. At some point, she stopped carrying healing capsules, only carrying power capsules for instant use of ki. When it came to missions, her offense was just that intense to the point she never even bothered to heal.
But that's dangerous.
Indeed, it was dangerous, because eventually the poison wore her down to the point that the final enemy knocked her out. While she did manage to revive herself, it was just before the person she was meant to escort got knocked out as well. And that person had no means to revive.
Oh no.
Worse still, when Ella had gotten back up, she began to undergo a rare transformation. Everyone was shocked, and we were certain she'd perform a spectacle, but she had revived too early. So her stamina was still depleted, and she was knocked out for good. After that happened, she was demoted from our Red Ribbon Elite to the Red Ribbon Assistant you met, and currently know.
You say that like she was a completely different person back then. It was only that one failure, right?
It was. But that failure was caused because she was already in the process of changing. Ella's main flaw, despite her effectiveness, was her tendency to hold back. She would often become lazy in battle until she was pressured to try. In fact, she often wanted to be knocked out or badly beaten first before she would take someone seriously.
As far as I was concerned, my opponents were either rookies or oddballs that would do anything to win. It was tough to find anybody who was both strong and a good sport, so I lost motivation.
She also lost motivation socially, having very low responsiveness to others no matter what the situation was. I began challenging her to regular duels, trying to find out what would make her tick. Until one day.
6-star Berserker Mei Li, reporting for combat training.
Who is your opponent?
Red Ribbon Assistant D. Ella.
Understood. We've been aware of a marked lack of effort from her recently, so don't hold back just because the two of you are friends. We wouldn't want to have to separate the two of you into different units.
Understood. Red Ribbon out. This is it, Ella. Your last chance to redeem yourself. If you hold back on me now, I'll see to it that you lose your position entirely. And if that happens, you'll never be able to find the man you came looking for.
Using my goals against me? You're being awfully bold, May.
I'll even stand directly in your way if that's what it takes for you to get it together.
Well then, if you seriously insist on getting in my way,
Then I guess I'll have to rush you down. Don't try to run. I'll shatter you. Nobody ever said I was some hero, you know. She was seriously trying to hurt you? That must have been really scary.
Well,
Instant severance. It's a good thing I've seen you use that move before.
Let me go, bitch! Come and fight me like a real woman! You could have left that part out, you know.
after restraining her, I called for our battle to be ended. But her energy began overwhelming her. She used another set of colorful language towards our superiors, before running off to take her energy out on random time patrollers who would fight her. And that was the last time anyone had seen or heard of her.
So it's like I said, I've probably been considered rogue by now.
If that were the case, they'd have surely sent me out to apprehend you.
That is correct, Red Ribbon Berserker. It is due to your relationship that our response to a rogue D. Ella would have been to make apprehending her your responsibility. You're our only unit with the power to do so, as well as the one who would know how to approach her best.
Using a gal's bestie against her. I see you lot are as shameless as ever.
Red Ribbon Assistant D. Ella. Although you weren't known for destructive power like your partner, you were undeniably skilled. Together with the intelligence you possessed, you were so far as designated our Red Ribbon Elite. But a certain incident occurred where you failed a publicized mission and were demoted. You later appeared to rebel against the Red Ribbon Army and have not been seen since. However, we are willing to overlook that transgression as we are business people first. All we require from you is the confirmation that you will work with us. You will also agree to stay available for communication should we require it.
Well, if you say you're business people, then you'll be responsive to my terms.
promote me again and grant me a team when I return to headquarters, and I'll agree. I have an ambition that should benefit the both of our goals.
We consent to your terms. We've also detected that you are in a foreign space at the moment. Please make your report.
During my time spent in the company of the Red Ribbon Elite, we encountered information suggesting there is a man savvy enough about the Red Ribbon Army to fake the association of someone else. In particular, we became aware of a step. Is there any information on anyone involved with that name?
There is. A request had been made to produce a helmet with a designation of that name. Readings later indicated that it was then destroyed in a confrontation. We imagine that the unit wearing it was destroyed as well.
We're looking for the person who made the request. What's his name?
We do not know his identity, but during contact we believe he was located in the mountains outside of West City, and during the afternoons. However, we found that he knew far more about our organization than we'd like. We would wager his knowledge rivals your own. If you intend to seek him out, we suggest you use extreme caution, given we have not yet gauged the extent of his capabilities. Consequently, we do not recommend making him hostile.
Understood. Red Ribbon out. Thank you for that. So a man who warrants extreme caution makes you wonder how Step came into contact with him.
He just seemed so regular, so it was easy to feel like I could trust him.
Ironically, that's one of the most dangerous kinds of people you can meet. Let's get moving. We'll spend the night at May's house and investigate the mountains in the morning.